Hello, all, and welcome. Today, we are going to be talking with admissions representatives from the AANMC member schools. I'm Dr. Joanne Yanez. I am the Executive Director of AANMC, and I'm thankful you're here. Next slide. So before we get started, I have just a little bit of housekeeping. Everyone here should be in listen-only mode and muted. If you do have any questions, actually, please use the chat to ask questions for specific programs and anything that you have for the schools. In fact, you can use the chat to say hi or ask questions of the schools during the session today. If you have any general questions directed at AANMC, you can, of course, use the Q&A for that as well. Next slide. So just a quick disclosure, this is for educational purposes only and not CE, and reproduction is not permitted without expressed permission. Next slide. So we have a little poll. We wanted you to tell us who you are. Which of the following best describes you, future students, current students, etc., where you're joining us from, how you heard about today, and which topics you might be interested in the future. Next slide. So today we are going to talk about a few fast facts on naturopathic medicine, get a quick little 4 or 5 minute glimpse of each of the schools from their admissions representatives, and then we are going to break you out. We're going to have breakout rooms for where each of the schools will be present and answering questions about their programs and telling you a little bit about the schools and what makes their schools unique. So we encourage you to stay through the whole thing today so that you can interact with everybody. So what is naturopathic medicine? Well, naturopathic medicine is based upon the 6 principles. First, do no harm, recognizing the healing power of nature, identifying and treating the cause. I always call that the why. Why is the person sick? Why is disease manifesting? The physician helping the patient by teaching them how to live and be healthy, treating the whole person and preventing disease whenever possible. Next. And I always think of this as how naturopathic doctors think. The therapeutic order guides the practice of naturopathic medicine. At the very bottom in that tealish green color is establishing the foundations for health, which would be things like stress and sleep and exercise and mental health and social support, nutrition, all of the basics that are required for a good, healthy body. And at the top would be higher force interventions that suppress pathology like drugs and surgery. So everything in between can be a part of naturopathic medicine, but most typically we focus on that bottom core of establishing optimal health and stimulating self-healing through things like herbs and botanicals and nutritional supplements and other natural therapies. Next slide. So very often, and you can also ask the admissions folks here today what some of their alumni are doing. NDs, most NDs do go on and either operate their own practices or work with others in integrative settings, but there's a lot of flexibility in this career with many different types of career outcomes that people use and go and chase. And folks are in the natural products industry working on multiple aspects of natural products and natural devices. Some go into research, some go into public health or consult. Lots of folks who write and have very strong social media presences. So there are a lot of opportunities as an ND and really a wide variety of things that you can do. Next slide. So some of the key areas that NDs work in: digestive issues, nutrition, women's health, immune support, mind, body, insomnia, fatigue, really some of the key things that speak to that foundation of the triangle that I showed earlier. Next slide. And this is just a quick snapshot. This is all on our website as well from our graduate success survey. And this demonstrates most folks, again, in the US in blue and Canada in red are in private practices, but there is a wide variety of folks doing other things. Next slide. So the curriculum, which each of the schools will be happy to share with you what their curricula look like, but this is just some of the generalities. We've got the biomedical curriculum and the clinical curriculum that total 4,100 hours. Next slide. There's also direct clinical education that is supervised. And in that clinical education, which is 1,200 hours, you'll be getting nutrition, mind-body medicine, homeopathy, hydrotherapy, botanicals, in some cases, Asian traditional Chinese medicine, as well, all supervised by clinicians. Next slide. Keep going. One more. And so oftentimes we're asked where NDs are regulated, and here is the map. All the teal are regulated jurisdictions. The blue is all in process places, and the gray are affiliates in development and working toward that. Next slide. So with us today, we have our accredited member school extraordinaire. And so we will be having a time for each of them to tell you a little bit about what makes their program special, and then you'll have some time for Q&A and breakout sessions. So next slide. All right, so with us, we're just going in alphabetical order today. So with us from Bastyr, Terrence Peterson, and Mark. Mark also is here as well. And so you can instant chat either one, and we'll be able to just send folks your way from CCNM. We have Grace and Hazel from NUHS, Crisela at NUNM, Rebecca, and Sonora. And we've got Jason and Jody here, both available to answer your questions. Next slide. So we're going to have Terrence over at Bastyr kick it off.
Dr. Inez, thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you, students, for attending the webinar today. So let's get started and talk to you a little bit about Bastyr. We have two campuses to choose from. First, the Kenmore campus, and then also to the San Diego campus. You see here a little bit of information from our Kenmore campus. We started this campus in 1978. So we've been around for a little over, more over 40 years. The campus is located in St. Edward's Park. It's 51 acres of just beautiful park landscape located in Washington. It sits on a historic seminary with a chapel. So you see a picture of that on the top right corner there. So in there, they have community events, also to our white coat ceremony, just to name a few things that happen in there. And then at the bottom there, you'll see our campus with our student housing, and also to our garden that we have on campus. Thank you. This is our San Diego campus. It is located in Sereno Valley. Our students, nothing bad to say about San Diego. We're located, I would say, about 20 minutes north of the city. We started this campus in 2012. And one of the highlights is that our clinic is next door for an easy commute. We are located between La Jolla and Del Mar, which is about 15 minutes right next to the coast in this picture, top left-hand corner. So, yeah, thank you. And just wanted to highlight a little bit about the ND program. Here we have some information about our curriculum. We have hybrid options within the ND program throughout all 4 years. Here's a snapshot of the integrative courses. And what this means is that we have within the program labs, lecture, and clinic opportunities all throughout, embedded within the coursework. So students are taking about 24 to 27 quarter units throughout the 4 years. And so students are typically in the program Monday through Friday, 3 days out of the week, 8 until 5, 2 days out of the week, 8 until 2, and then afternoons and evenings within our clinic. And then also to another highlight within our program is we have dual degree options. And that is an additional either acupuncture or counseling psychology dual degree at a master's degree level that students can take advantage of after their second year. Next slide. Thank you. And so if you're asking, a lot of prospective students ask me, What's the difference about our Bastyr? And I would say, of course, our people. And so if you feel that naturopathic medicine is your calling, you feel passionate about this, we have a very diverse group of students here. And what I mean by that is we wide variety of students from a military background, of course, right out of undergrad within college. We have international students, students that have been from other naturopathic or medical schools. And so if you're transferring courses, we can help you with that. So if you feel that, like I said, naturopathic medicine is your passion, is your calling, please feel free to reach out to us. We want to make sure that we have the right resources, that we have the right type of energy for you to help you reach your education goals.
Thank you so much, Terrence.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. I've got one more. And then I just wanted to highlight here our 4 steps to apply. What you'll do, we have an open application right now. You'll apply online at apply.bastyr.edu. You'll submit your FAFSA with the school code, and you'll request your official transcripts from all of your universities. You'll send it to the email address right there. And if you're interested in a webinar, a FAQ session, or also to an advising appointment, feel free to reach out to me, and I will help you out with that or link you up with our other advisors at our Washington locations. We do in-person, Zoom, and also to phone appointments for all our prospective students. And our applications are open now. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Terrence. Okay, next we've got CCNM.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Grace, and I'm a Student Services Officer with the Canadian College of Naturopathic Medicine. And with me today is my colleague. Her name is Hazel. Hi, Hazel. And just a little bit about us. We do have 2 campuses on either coast of Canada. So our West Coast location is in Vancouver, a beautiful city. It's about an hour flight from Seattle, if you're familiar with Seattle. Our East Coast location is in Toronto, which is about an hour and a half flight from New York City. So if you're interested in either campus, you're welcome to give us a shout through email, info@ccnm.edu, and we're happy to give you a campus tour. And with that said, while I'm speaking, you're welcome to send questions to the chat, and Hazel will be able to help. So, all right, so some program highlights. At CCNM, you are going to start your clinical exposure in your first year at week 3 or week 4. So this is exciting because with that, you're also going to be learning case-based learning. So you're going to be learning about real patients, real cases, and you're going to apply that knowledge right away in the clinic. So it's a very hands-on experience for our students. And with our clinical experience, we do have teaching clinics at both sites, one in the Toronto campus and the other at Boucher in Vancouver. And then with that said, your clinical experience at the teaching clinic, you're basically, with the curriculum, you are gaining more skills and knowledge as you progress in the program. And then eventually you'll have the opportunity to join other clinics. We have 9 community healthcare centers in Greater Toronto area and 6 community healthcare centers across Metro Vancouver. So you will have lots of opportunities to meet different providers, learn about how their clinics are run, and you'll have exposure to different patients and conditions. So next slide, please. And more program highlights. We have a focus on student life and wellness. So we have a dedicated student life manager on site who their purpose is to provide to help support community wellness and student well-being. So with that said, we have some pictures here. We offer yoga and meditation workshops. We also have puppy therapy this week, actually. So we'll be bringing on therapy dogs to campus to help bring down some of those stress levels. Stress is part of medical school, so we offer different opportunities for people to feel grounded and have a shared sense of community. And with that said, we also provide free individual mental health counseling. That's a part of your student benefit here at CCNM. With that said, we also have a major focus in research. So we are a leader in evidence-based research in naturopathic medicine, and there's many opportunities for student involvement. So whether that's you joining research club and sharing your projects, maybe joining a current research project as a research assistant, and so on. We also have a lot of opportunities for career development. We offer a yearly career fair for students and new graduates where different companies, different clinics are coming in to meet you and try to recruit you. And we also have different residency opportunities throughout Canada. So not only in Ontario or in BC, but throughout Canada. So with that said, you're welcome to join us in our next Q&A session. Hazel and I are happy to chat with you. You're also welcome to send us an email with any of your questions. If you have questions about your transcripts or what living in Canada might be like, different things as an international student, etc., please reach out, join us in Q&A, or send us a direct message. And you're also welcome to email us directly, info@ccnm.edu.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Grace. Thank you so much. Okay, NUHS.
Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Grisela and I'm going to be talking a little bit more about our program strengths and opportunities here at National University of Health Sciences. So we are one of the few schools in the US that offers the ND program along with DC and acupuncture programs within one university. So it offers the opportunity to dual enroll if you have an interest in multiple options for a fraction of the time. You're also learning in a classroom setting with other students in these other programs. So really, preparing you to work in an integrative setting once you are all, once you graduate. As far as like unique clinical opportunities, we do have our NUHS Health Center, which is our clinic located here on campus. And there is a naturopathic dispensary where you'll find botanical medicines, tinctures, homeopathic remedies, as well as supplements. Our Health Center also has a hydrotherapy suite with different treatment options. You do start learning all of these therapies during the second phase of your program so that you are able to use these with your patients once you are in your internship portion. There's also preceptorship and other clinical rotation opportunities during your final trimester. So we do have locally here in Lombard our Center for Integral Health, which is a homeopathic clinical rotation that you can choose to add on, as well as the Yellowstone Naturopathic Clinic located in Montana. They're not just limited to these two here. There's you could always work with your chief clinician on, setting a preceptorship that might be a right fit for you if you have specialties in mind. All of our students here at National do take business classes, which will provide you with a well-rounded education on everything that goes into running a business. So marketing, managing your employees. If this is the other thing, an option that you want to do once you graduate. Next. And then additionally, there's a lot of opportunities to stay involved with over 30 clubs on campus, and that is professional clubs, academic, as well as leisurely. So there really is something for everyone at National, or you can always start your own club as well. We do have on-campus housing here in our Lombard campus with different floor plans. Suitable, if you needed to move in with family and children, we accommodate all of those things. There's also a fitness center, and we are located in a really safe campus in Lombard. We're a suburb of the city of Chicago, and kind of hidden away in the background here. We're about 15 miles away from the city, which, obviously puts you in a great location for, everything that the city has to offer, but, also potentially some opportunities there. So I look forward to discuss our ND program further and talk a little bit more about national during the breakout sessions here. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And UNF.
Hi there, everyone. Again, my name is Rebecca, representing the National University of Natural Medicine today, NUNM for short. I'm an admissions counselor there. You can go to the next slide. We believe there are a few things that set our school apart and make us unique. One being that NUNM is the first accredited naturopathic school in North America, really making us the leader in natural medicine education with the longest time to fine-tune our curriculum development, as well as in evidence-based research with our HealthGot Research Institute, founded in 2002, where our physician researchers receive over $3 million in NIH funding. Our faculty members, of course, are the foundation of our school, with an average of 20 years of clinical experience. We also run the only first year online option in our ND program. And lastly, we offer numerous dual degree options for students to complete if they so desire, to add to their repertoires. To give a little bit more information about our first year online program, the format is about 80% asynchronous on your own time that you get to plan out, with about 20 synchronous hours, about 4 to 6 during the week that you will get to log in and meet with faculty and your classmates in different discussions. The workload is the same as the first year on ground ND program, with about 30 hours of direct clinical observation. The main little difference between online and on the ground program is the scheduling. We do run on a quarter system. So after your first year, we'll get a little bit of a break in July. And then in August, there's a short intensive program to complete some of those in-person labs that are necessary to kind of give you that experience before you're working with patients in your second year. From your first year at NUNM, students hone your practical clinical skills with really real-world experience at our Lair Hill Clinic on campus. It's a Tier 3 patient-centered primary care health in Oregon, and it really provides invaluable opportunities with diverse patient populations, really enriching your learning journey throughout your 4 years. And next slide. What that clinical experience looks broken down during the ND program is, in your first year, we kind of like to call you the fly on the wall as you're observing for about a total of 30 hours that year. Your second year, those hours increase about 3 times as you're running hydrotherapy sessions for patients. Your third year, you are jump into being a secondary intern, taking notes for that intake interview and taking vitals for the team. And then your fourth year is the primary intern responsibility, leading the team. Next slide. NUNM offers multiple degree options for students to expand their toolbox to provide care for their patients, as listed on this screen. In classical Chinese medicine, nutrition, global health, clinical research. There's also a few certificates ND students can pick up. I'm really happy to talk more about these in the breakout room and answer any of your questions. Next slide. Yep. Lastly, if you've never been to Portland, Oregon, where our school is located, we believe Portland is just a real great match for natural medicine. There's such easy access to nature, which is founding principle of naturopathic medicine. I can get to the coast in an hour. about to mountains, the same distance. So real openness to wellness culture, willing to try anything. There's really high standards for food, and a lot of restaurants help out by offering food allergen options. Our location is about a little south of downtown, pretty accessible by both public transportation as well as cars. And then lastly, a great way on the next slide, a great way to get a view into our community and culture is on NUNM social media. Please follow us if interested to really keep informed about our upcoming events and travel schedule where we might be close to you, as well as to see what's important to our campus environment with a lot of faculty and student highlights.
Thanks, Rebecca. All right, Sonoran, you are up.
Had to turn on my volume, sorry. Thank you everybody for joining us today and for having me. My name is Jody Durham, and I am actually one of the admissions reps here at Sonoran University. As many of you know, Sonoran University is located in beautiful Tempe, Arizona. Arizona offers over 300 days of sunshine, which to me is actually a plus, because who doesn't want to wake up to sunshine every day? For those of you who do enjoy watching the changing of the seasons or the winter season, Flagstaff is only 2.5 hours north of us, where you are able to enjoy both of these. Our nearby destinations, as you can see, include Sedona, Grand Canyon, the White Mountains, Tucson, Mogollon Rim, Las Vegas, Mexico, and of course, the beaches of Southern California. And these are all just a short drive away. One of the things I feel sets Sonoran apart is Arizona has the widest scope of practice, which includes acupuncture, IV therapy, injection therapy, minor surgery, prescription rights, and more. These therapies can all be performed under your ND's license. Within the Sonoran buildings, we have the Neil Reardon Center for Regenerative Medicine, which focuses mainly on pain relief using non-opioid and non-surgical pain treatment. Students are trained in many therapies such as cupping, acupuncture, physical manipulation, therapeutic injections, and more. Also, currently, Sonoran is the only ND school that has a fluoroscope machine. We also have the Rick Scalzo Institute for Botanical Research, which just recently opened within the past couple of years on campus, which mainly, of course, focuses on botanical medicine research. Sonoran also offers 4 honors tracks in pediatrics, regenerative medicine, community health, and nature cure. Our medical center is on campus as well. Here is where the students receive their clinical training in their last 2 years of the program, but they also do have access to over 80 clinics around the Phoenix area and the Valley. Next slide. Along with the Rick Scalzo Institute for Botanical Research and the Neil Reardon Center for Regenerative Medicine, we have our newest building on campus, which is the Lim Commons. The Lim Commons is a 48,000 square foot LEED Platinum building that houses our vegan cafe, our teaching kitchen, our library, fitness room, our yoga and dance studio, our nursing meditation rooms, our DDC, which is Doctoria Development Center, and group individual study rooms. Also in our Lim Commons building is our medicinary, which is the largest natural medicinary in the Southwest. Last but not least, we strive on student support and what helps the students succeed in the program. Some of the many support that is offered to our students is, of course, our advising department, career center, financial aid, our tutoring center. We have a learning specialist on campus, student government association, licensing, exam preparation, and many more. We do have 2 intakes per year, one in the spring, which starts in April, and one in the fall, which starts in October. We are currently accepting applications for our spring 2025 intake, as well as our fall 2025. please visit our website at www.sonoran.edu to apply. We also would love the opportunity to review your unofficial transcripts. You can send those in to us when you're able. So also, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for joining us, and I hope you can join my breakout room after this to learn more about Sonoran as well as learn more about you. Thanks again for having me.
Wonderful. So just a recap of the folks, thank you all for sharing about your campuses, and their contact information is here if you want to take a quick screenshot. And thank you to those who have been putting in some questions. I can answer some of the general ones that are coming through, and the schools will for sure. So our December event is about mental health and nutrition and the connection between them, with a researcher, Dr. O'Coin, who's going to be talking about her research on nutrition and mental health. And in January, we don't have it up yet, but we will be hosting a Career Changers webinar, and about an NDs, how basically NDs from prior careers go and go on to be naturopathic doctors. So with that, we are opening up AANMC. Anything that you didn't get answered today and you still have burning in your brain, you can communicate with us at info@aanmc.org, and hopefully we'll get you to where you need to be. So with that, we're going to wrap up for today. I thank everyone for coming, and hope you have the best of luck on your path, wherever it may lead you. Take care.